In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill identifies 6 basic fears that every human being faces at some point in their life. These fears are so deeply ingrained in the human psyche that they often go unnoticed and unaddressed. They influence individuals' decisions, behaviors, and overall approach to life, preventing them from reaching their full potential. Hill's approach to these fears is rooted in his belief that success is not only determined by one's external circumstances, but also by their internal state, particularly their mindset. The 6 fears are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. Each of these fears is not just a minor inconvenience, but a powerful obstacle to growth and achievement. In this exploration, we will delve into each of these fears, understand their roots, and examine how they can be overcome. Number 1. The fear of poverty, the root of financial insecurity. The fear of poverty is perhaps the most common and paralyzing of the 6 fears. It is deeply ingrained in human nature and can significantly hinder personal growth, success, and happiness. Hill argues that this fear can be traced back to the uncertainty of financial security. People who fear poverty often find themselves avoiding risks, living paycheck to paycheck, or making decisions that keep them in a state of financial mediocrity. The fear of poverty is often born from early childhood experiences, family conditioning, and societal messages. Many individuals grow up in environments where financial insecurity is a constant source of stress. These experiences imprint a belief that money is scarce, and that without it, survival is threatened. For many, the idea of poverty is tied to feelings of worthlessness, failure, and social exclusion. This fear is perpetuated by societal values that often equate wealth with success and poverty with failure. It is reinforced by the constant barrage of messages in the media, advertising, and entertainment, which make people believe that they must constantly strive for material wealth to gain social acceptance and validation. Moreover, the fear of poverty is often exacerbated by external factors such as economic downturns, job loss, or financial crises. In such times, people become hyper-aware of their financial situation, and the fear of not being able to provide for themselves or their loved ones grows. The fear of poverty often prevents people from pursuing their dreams, taking risks, or making significant changes in their lives. Individuals with this fear tend to gravitate toward the safety of traditional jobs or careers, where financial stability is guaranteed, but personal fulfillment may be lacking. The fear of losing their job or not being able to make enough money can hold them back from pursuing entrepreneurial ventures or starting their own businesses. Furthermore, the fear of poverty often leads people to develop a scarcity mindset, where they believe that there is never enough money, resources, or opportunities. This mindset creates a cycle of limitation, where individuals become overly cautious with their spending, unwilling to invest in opportunities that might lead to growth. Instead of taking risks and pursuing opportunities, they remain stuck in their comfort zones, afraid that any deviation from their current financial situation will lead to disaster. To overcome the fear of poverty, Hill emphasizes the importance of developing a mindset of abundance. This shift in thinking involves changing one's beliefs about money and wealth. Instead of seeing money as scarce, individuals must recognize that wealth is abundant and there are endless opportunities for financial success. Hill suggests that those who succeed financially do so not by hoarding wealth, but by using money as a tool for creating value and solving problems. One of the key strategies Hill recommends is investing in oneself. This can include furthering education, learning new skills, and developing a network of like-minded individuals. By improving one's knowledge and abilities, individuals can create new opportunities and increase their earning potential. Successful people often take calculated risks, trusting in their ability to create value rather than being paralyzed by fear. Hill also suggests that individuals practice gratitude and develop a mindset of appreciation for what they already have. By focusing on the abundance that exists in one's life, people can shift their focus away from the fear of scarcity and instead embrace the opportunities that surround them. Number 2. The fear of criticism, the paralyzing power of social judgments. The fear of criticism is one of the most prevalent fears that hold people back from pursuing their dreams and fully expressing themselves. Hill explains that this fear is rooted in the desire to gain approval and acceptance from others. The fear of being judged or criticized often leads individuals to seek validation from external sources rather than relying on their inner conviction and judgment. The fear of criticism often arises from childhood experiences, where individuals are taught to seek approval from authority figures such as parents, teachers, or peers. This need for approval becomes ingrained in the psyche, leading individuals to seek external validation throughout their lives. Additionally, the influence of social media and the constant comparison to others exacerbates this fear. With the rise of digital platforms, individuals are often subjected to public scrutiny, and the fear of being criticized can feel overwhelming. For many, the fear of criticism manifests in a reluctance to share their opinions, take a stand on important issues, or step outside of societal norms. The fear of being judged often leads to a tendency to blend in rather than stand out, to conform to what is expected, rather than pursue what one truly desires. The fear of criticism can significantly limit an individual's potential for success. People who fear criticism often avoid taking risks, sharing their ideas, or pursuing unconventional paths. They may second-guess themselves, constantly worrying about what others will think, which leads to hesitation and procrastination. This fear can also lead to perfectionism, where individuals obsess over every detail, seeking to avoid any flaw that might attract negative feedback. Moreover, the fear of criticism can prevent individuals from engaging in constructive feedback, which is essential for growth and improvement. Instead of using criticism as a tool for learning, individuals who fear it may withdraw and avoid opportunities for personal development. To overcome the fear of criticism, Hill advocates for cultivating self-reliance and confidence. One must learn to trust in their own judgment and be willing to take action, regardless of what others may think. Successful people are often those who embrace criticism as constructive feedback rather than a personal attack. By learning to accept and use criticism as a tool for improvement, individuals can stop letting it dictate their actions. Hill also suggests that individuals must develop a strong sense of self-worth, grounded in their own values and goals. When people are secure in who they are less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others. It is important to understand that criticism is a natural part of life and that no one is immune to it. By embracing this fact, individuals can move beyond their fear of judgment and begin to take bold actions toward their dreams. Number 3. The fear of ill health. The paralyzing effects of physical anxiety. The fear of ill health is a common fear, particularly as individuals grow older or face health challenges. This fear is often rooted in anxiety about disease, injury, or the inability to maintain physical vitality. Hill argues that this fear can become a self-fulfilling prophecy if individuals constantly focus on their potential for poor health. The fear of ill health can stem from a variety of sources, including family history, media portrayals of sickness, and personal experiences with illness. Many individuals are conditioned to associate illness with weakness, failure, or the loss of independence. This belief can be further exacerbated by societal pressures to maintain a certain appearance or physical condition. The fear of becoming ill can also be intensified by the rapid pace of medical advancements and the constant barrage of health-related information. For some, the fear of ill health manifests as a preoccupation with physical symptoms, leading to constant self-diagnosis or overexposure to medical information. This anxiety can lead to unnecessary stress, which in turn can worsen physical health. The fear of illness can prevent individuals from fully participating in life. People who are overly focused on potential health issues may limit their activities, avoid exercise, or neglect their physical well-being out of fear of injury or disease. This creates a vicious cycle where inactivity and poor health habits only exacerbate the fear of illness. Furthermore, the fear of ill health often leads to a negative mindset. Individuals who fear illness may become preoccupied with worst-case scenarios, worrying about conditions they may not even have. This anxiety can lead to stress, which in turn can weaken the immune system and contribute to the very health problems they fear. Hill suggests that one of the most effective ways to overcome the fear of ill health is to focus on maintaining a positive mental attitude. The mind-body connection is powerful, and a healthy mindset is essential for physical well-being. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and stress management techniques can help individuals maintain a healthy body and mind. Instead of dwelling on the possibility of illness, individuals should focus on the things they can control: their physical habits, their emotional resilience, and their mental health. By adopting a mindset of vitality and strength, individuals can reduce the fear of illness and improve their overall quality of life. Number 4. The fear of loss of love, the anxiety of abandonment. The fear of losing love is one of the most emotionally charged fears. It stems from the deep-seated human need for connection, affection, and acceptance. This fear often arises when individuals feel insecure in their relationships or fear that their love will not be reciprocated or will be lost. The fear of losing love is often rooted in past experiences of rejection, abandonment, or unfulfilled emotional needs. Many people carry unresolved emotional baggage from their childhood or previous relationships, which manifests as anxiety about future relationships. This fear can also be fueled by societal pressures, where love and affection are often associated with status, approval, or material success. For some, the fear of losing love manifests as clinging behavior or a tendency to compromise their needs and values in order to maintain affection. Individuals may prioritize the needs of others over their own, leading to unhealthy dynamics and feelings of dependency. This fear can lead to unhealthy relationship dynamics, where individuals cling to toxic or unfulfilling relationships out of desperation. The fear of losing love can also cause people to suppress their true selves in order to please others. They may engage in people-pleasing behaviors, avoid confrontation, or suppress their own desires to avoid rejection. Moreover, the fear of losing love can lead to insecurity, jealousy, and anxiety, all of which can have a negative impact on personal growth and happiness. Individuals who fear losing love may find it difficult to trust others or form meaningful connections because they are preoccupied with the possibility of rejection. Hill suggests that overcoming this fear starts with self-love. One must first cultivate a deep sense of self-worth and confidence before seeking love from others. The key to healthy, lasting relationships is not dependency, but mutual respect, trust, and authenticity. When individuals love and accept themselves, they are more likely to attract love that is genuine and fulfilling. Rather than clinging to love out of fear, Hill advocates for individuals to focus on personal growth and the development of a strong sense of identity. When people are secure in who they are, the fear of losing love naturally fades away. Number 5. The fear of old age, the anxiety of time, passing and losing vitality. The fear of old age is another pervasive fear that often leads individuals to avoid taking action or pursuing their goals. Hill argues that this fear is not necessarily about aging itself, but about the perceived loss of energy, opportunity, and relevance that often accompanies it. It is a fear of becoming obsolete, of losing one's vitality, or of no longer being able to contribute to society or achieve one's dreams. The fear of old age often arises from societal perceptions of aging, where growing older is sometimes equated with physical decline, reduced mental capacity, and diminished social relevance. In many cultures, youth is idolized, and there is a prevailing belief that only young people are capable of making significant contributions. This societal bias can lead individuals to fear that as they age, they will lose their sense of purpose, health, and financial security. Furthermore, the fear of old age can be compounded by the fear of running out of time, of not accomplishing everything they set out to do in their life. The idea that one must settle down or stop striving for new goals as they age can create anxiety and lead people to feel as though they are constantly racing against the clock. The fear of old age can prevent people from taking bold actions or setting ambitious goals, as they may believe they have already missed the boat. Older individuals may feel that they have limited time to start a new business, pursue a passion, or make significant changes in their life. This fear often leads to a passive mindset, where individuals feel that their best years are behind them, and any new endeavors are futile. This fear can also manifest in a reluctance to embrace change or to adapt to new technology, as individuals may feel disconnected from the rapidly evolving world around them. The fear of old age can trap individuals in complacency, preventing them from continuing to grow and evolve throughout their lives. Hill suggests that the key to overcoming the fear of old age is to focus on the mindset of continuous growth and learning. Age should not be viewed as a barrier to achievement, but as a rich source of experience and wisdom. Some of the most successful individuals in history have achieved their greatest accomplishments later in life, demonstrating that it is never too late to make a difference. By focusing on maintaining physical and mental health through exercise, a healthy diet, and lifelong learning, individuals can keep their energy and vitality high well into their later years. Additionally, cultivating a sense of purpose and passion can help keep one's mind sharp and engaged. Hill encourages people to view aging as a natural process, but one that should be embraced with grace, purpose, and a commitment to lifelong achievement. Number 6. The fear of death, the ultimate fear that blocks growth. The fear of death is arguably the most profound and existential of all human fears. It is the fear of the end of life, the unknown, and the potential for leaving behind unfulfilled dreams. This fear is rooted in the natural human instinct for survival and the desire to preserve one's life and legacy. The fear of death is deeply ingrained in human nature. It is often connected to the fear of loss, the fear of losing loved ones, the fear of leaving behind unaccomplished goals, and the fear of ceasing to exist. For many, death is an overwhelming concept because it is the ultimate unknown. No one knows exactly what happens after death, which leaves room for uncertainty and anxiety. Additionally, the fear of death can be compounded by regrets, missed opportunities, and the realization that life is finite. The knowledge that time is limited can create a sense of urgency, where individuals become preoccupied with their own mortality and the idea that they will not live to fulfill their dreams. The fear of death can paralyze individuals, preventing them from taking risks, pursuing their passions, or living life to the fullest. People may avoid stepping out of their comfort zones, fearing that the consequences could be fatal, or that they might not have enough time to recover. This fear can manifest as a reluctance to act or to fully engage in life, which prevents individuals from realizing their true potential. Moreover, the fear of death often leads to a preoccupation with safety and security, which can result in missed opportunities for growth and achievement. People may choose a safe path in life, avoiding risk and uncertainty, and in doing so, they may forego opportunities that could lead to personal fulfillment and success. Hill argues that the key to overcoming the fear of death is to focus on the legacy one leaves behind. By living a life of purpose, driven by goals that align with one's deepest values, individuals can transcend the fear of death. Success is not just about accumulating wealth or material possessions, but about creating something meaningful that will endure beyond one's lifetime. To overcome the fear of death, individuals must embrace the concept of life's impermanence and view death as a natural part of the human experience. Instead of fearing it, one should focus on living fully in the present, making the most of every moment, and contributing positively to the world. By adopting this mindset, the fear of death loses its power, and individuals are empowered to live with courage and conviction. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill encourages individuals to recognize and confront the 6 basic fears that hold them back from achieving success. These fears, poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death, are deeply embedded in the human experience, but they are not insurmountable. By understanding the roots of these fears, acknowledging their impact on behavior, and taking deliberate steps to overcome them, individuals can break free from their limitations and unlock their true potential. Hill emphasizes that the key to success lies not in external circumstances, but in the ability to control one's own mind and emotions. By developing a positive mental attitude, cultivating self-confidence, and adopting a mindset of abundance, individuals can eliminate the grip of fear and move toward the realization of their goals. The process of overcoming fear is not easy, but it is essential for personal growth and achievement. The path to success begins with the mastery of one's own mind, and by conquering the 6 basic fears, individuals can achieve the mental clarity, emotional resilience, and unwavering focus required to achieve greatness. The power to succeed lies within each person, and the only true limitation is the fear that they allow to control their lives.